Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers tend to the victims of a residential fire in Taoyuan, Taiwan. We explore the meaning of the solar term Lixia and how it affects our lives. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. First up in Taiwan, a fire broke out in a residential home in Bade, Taoyuan on May 5th. 3 out of the 9 family members were hospitalized with fire-related injuries. Tzu Chi volunteers arrived at the scene of the fire with emergency cash and to offer the family emotional support.
Firefighters work at the scene after a fire broke out in a residential home during the late hours of May 5th in Bade, Taoyuan. The family of 9 was getting ready for bed when they discovered that the second floor had caught fire. Although the family managed to escape, a pair of twins who were trapped on the 3rd floor suffered inhalation injuries.
We saw that the fire started on the 2nd floor. We immediately laid out a hose and sent 3 teams to the 3rd floor. Our team managed to retrieve 3 residents very quickly, and we were able to rush 2 of them to the hospital on time.
The following morning, Tzu Chi volunteers braved the rain and arrived at the scene of the fire with emergency cash and to lend the family their support.
The Social Welfare Department told us that they will arrange for a temporary settlement for the children during this time. They also hope that Tzu Chi can help with the post-fire cleanup.
Currently, the twin brothers are still under observation in the hospital. However, Tzu Chi volunteers will continue to care for this family through this difficult time.
Moving to Taiwan's Pingdong, Tzu Chi volunteers work in partnership with the local government in promoting recycling in their communities. Volunteers have also set up over 100 recycling points across the region to teach residents how to sort and categorize recyclables. Several local residents have also been inspired to join Tzu Chi's ranks to help promote these environmental concepts.
On the weekly recycling day, as the garbage truck arrives, it seems odd that community members only throw away their trash instead of their recyclables. It turns out that local residents place all their recyclables at a Tzu Chi recycling point nearby. From mid-March this year, the Pingdong City office worked with the Tzu Chi Foundation to set up over 100 recycling points in 4 major districts of the city. On each weekly recycling day, volunteers go there to teach members of the communities how to sort recyclables.
Now they have to walk a short distance to the closest recycling point and place their recyclables there. They must put recyclables into the right categories. This is not only a charitable deed, but an aspect of environmental education too.
Working hand in hand, the Pingdong City government and the Tzu Chi Foundation organized this recycling scheme to help local residents gain a better understanding of recycling.
After throwing away their trash, our community members even voluntarily help with recycling. Some residents who are already involved in recycling also bring recyclables like glass and plastic bags to our recycling points.
According to statistics, up to 60% of recyclables in Pingdong City are plastic bags and glass bottles, which require extra attentiveness while recycling. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers take on the task. With the assistance of the local government and residents, the streets of Pingdong City are no longer cluttered with cast-offs.
Local residents are amazed when seeing that there are fewer cans and bottles on the streets.
The collective efforts by the government and the NGO have enhanced the effectiveness and efficiency of recycling in Pingdong City.
Since 1998, Tzu Chi volunteers have taken on the task of cleaning the street during the annual Dajia Maju's Holy Pilgrimage. After years of practice, participants have come to realize the importance of environmental protection and paid more attention to the categories of trash they throw into bins.
At the annual Dajia Maju's Holy Pilgrimage, hundreds of thousands of people join in the celebration and at the same time generate a massive amount of trash. In 1998, Tzu Chi volunteers started cleaning the street of Dajia after the night celebration ended. The initiator of the cleaning campaign was Yi Jingde. After he joined Tzu Chi in 1993, he vowed to promote recycling in his community.
Back
then, I just wanted to give back to Tzu Chi and invited more people to do good deeds together.
With the support of his fellow volunteers, the cleaning campaign has continued for decades.
Seeing Tzu Chi volunteers promoting recycling, many people come to our stall and leave their recyclables there.
In 2007, Tzu Chi volunteers took the initiative to promote recycling on the streets prior to the Holy Pilgrimage. Thanks to Tzu Chi volunteers, the amount of trash left during the pilgrimage saw a great decrease from 50 tons in 2006 to 15.76 tons in 2007, when volunteers started the No Trash Fall to the Ground campaign.
Pilgrims here are getting more aware of the importance of environmental protection.
Meanwhile, Tzu Chi volunteers encourage members of the public to use reusable utensils and join them in categorizing recyclables.
I told them to take away recyclables that can be exchanged for money and leave the worthless ones to me.
Tzu Chi volunteers can also be seen at the bustling Lantern Festival, promoting recycling.
We work with Tzu Chi to create a brand new image for Taiwan's lantern festivals, setting a good example for the events to come.
At the recycling stations island-wide, several businesses arrange regular trips for their employees to learn how to sort recyclables.
As far as materials are concerned, there are many categories. I have learned a lot today.
Thanks to Tzu Chi, members of the public have become more aware of recycling concepts and started to take on the responsibility of safeguarding our Mother Earth.
Following a survey of 35 schools in Danying Township near Yangon City, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to rebuild 71 classrooms in 12 schools. In our next report, we follow construction supervisor Zhou Zhifeng to the construction site to learn more about the problems he and his construction team came across.
Since the devastating cyclone Nargis in 2008, Tzu Chi volunteers have continued to help survivors get back on their feet. While serving the living conditions of local residents, volunteers discovered that many school buildings were in urgent need of repair.
These walls are made of bricks and wood, so whenever it rains, water will seep into the classrooms from here.
Later, the Tzu Chi Foundation decided to help 12 schools rebuild their classrooms. In charge of the construction is Zhou Zhifeng, who is an experienced constructor in Taiwan. He soon realized that building classrooms in Myanmar is not an easy task.
We need to find the water source around here because we can't carry out the construction without it. We need to use water to clean up the area and mix the concrete.
Other than overcoming the problem of water shortage, Joe also has to teach local construction workers how to build the classrooms properly.
Please tell them they need to use more concrete and sand. I had to tell them to stop what they were doing because the method was wrong. I explained to them the correct way to build the classroom. It will take a while for them to learn and accept my suggestions.
Also, large construction vehicles are not allowed in many villages.
Cars can't even go through some of the villages, let alone the concrete truck. Some of the villagers didn't want our cars to go into their villages. We weren't allowed to move our construction materials over the wooden bridge, so we had to get men to carry everything to the other side.
Despite facing countless obstacles since the beginning of the construction in March, Joe and his team insist on carrying on because they want to provide students with a safer learning environment.
We are building these classrooms with environmentally friendly concepts in mind. From the structure of the building to the exterior walls, everything is recyclable.
Currently, construction workers are working around the clock to make sure the new classrooms will be ready before the start of the new semester in June. When the construction project is done, it will mark another new milestone for Tzu Chi in the country.
As we continue with our reports on the 24 solar terms in a year, today we explore the 7th term, Lixia. Lixia falls on May 5th and marks the start of summer. As rice farmers in Asia watch over their crops carefully, farmers of other produce must also take precautionary measures to ensure they too have a good harvest. An abundance of rain and sunshine is the signature of the 7th solar term, Lixia, which means the start of summer.
The term marks the beginning of the summer, so people will begin to feel the rise in temperature, but it won't be the scorching summer heat. It's more like mugginess.
You can see the rice stalk is already at the booting stage. See the translucent and the round grains of rice? It's like a pregnant woman about to go into labor.
On a rice paddy, stalks of rice are like a pregnant woman ready to deliver. Each grain of rice is nearly visible through their thin skin. The solar term marks a key development stage for rice farming in Taiwan.
From May 1st to the 10th is an important stage as our rice plants are already bearing fruit. During this period, there must be not too much water in the field. The water must be constantly circulating, simply flowing in and out of the field.
An old proverb says, if there is a continuous flow of water during Lixia, then rice farmers will need a place to store their harvest.
It's like when a woman is pregnant, she's more temperamental and can flare up easily. So if the water is not flowing but sitting still, a rice blast will happen easily.
It is as if the constant flow of water in the field is cleansing each plant so that they will not fall ill. To farmers of other produce, the solar term is a busy time for them as well. On the hills of Fangshan, Pingdong, the mango farms seem to be draped in white flowers. But these are simply white bags that help protect each fruit.
At times of varying temperatures, the mango fruit will easily develop blemishes like this, which is a sign of fruit blotch. To prevent it, we covered each fruit with a bag.
During this period, the temperature often changes drastically. There will be more rain as well, so plants are more likely to fall ill.
Thanks to spring's nurturing, plants can grow quickly in the summer. As we welcome the advent of summer, however, preventive measures must also be taken to keep diseases and pests at bay. In the old days, the arrival of the 7th solar term, Lixia, meant the emperor would open his ice vaults and share the ice stored during winter with his people. There's also an old saying which states that by staying healthy on this day, we will be granted good health for the rest of the year. Here's a look at various Chinese customs practiced on this solar term. In southern Taiwan, the Chinese herb Tzu Chi is added to glutinous rice powder to make Taoyuan. It takes a lot of work to make this traditional treat, so why are people willing to jump through the hoops?
It is refreshing and helps you stay cool. Tzu Chi is more chewy.
The Hakka people in Mainlong like to use Tzu Chi collected right around Qingming to make Taoyuan, as it helps to get rid of excess moisture, which is one of Lixia's signatures.
Lixia means summer is near. As the temperature begins to rise steadily, so will the humidity.
Mugginess is the word associated with Lixia. In the old days, people dealt with the heat in a special way.
On the day of Lixia, the emperor would take the ice that was stored during December out of the vault to be used. There would be an inauguration ceremony, and then the emperor would award the ice to his officials and people. Bells would chime in the markets as ice went on sale.
Though icy drinks and treats are the most direct way to cope with summer, one must not forget to mind one's own health.
On the date of Lixia, the energy flow of our body will focus at our heart. We must make sure the energy doesn't overflow. Typically, we can massage pressure points along the heart or pericardium meridians. So about 3 fingers width up from your wrist, you will find the neck 1 point. You can massage this area for 3 to 5 minutes. It can help maintain your heart and treat chest tightness, palpitations, and heartburn. The Shenmen point is along the heart meridian and right on the dimple of your wrist. You can massage here often. It also helps you sleep better.
Energy to the heart will overflow if one thinks too much. Through massaging pressure points, we can harmonize our energy flow. Eating green beans, barley, and yam can help as well. Having a bowl of chilled green bean barley soup or hawthorn tea can help us stay cool and healthy. In China, there used to be a custom whereby people were weighed on Lixia to help them stay healthy throughout the whole summer. All these customs are simply reminders that people should get ready to deal with the summer heat by making adjustments to their lifestyle. This year, Malaysia's Tzu Chi volunteers hope to invite tens of thousands of participants to attend the Buddha Day ceremony. To ensure the beauty of the event, preparations are well underway, and volunteers have begun rehearsals in their local communities.
At night, when all is still, everyone is all the more focused.
去的时候啊，可以跟你身边的所有的人啊，也可以把这一份爱呢，也要传出去哈。
The Tzu Chi Foundation in Malaysia aims to invite tens of thousands of people to the Buddha Day ceremony this year. Prior to the event, volunteers seized the opportunity to demonstrate the proceedings.
站个手起来，四个手敬礼。
I am very surprised that we received such a positive response from members of the community. Of every 10 families we visited, 7 agreed to come.
Our master often says that there is no distinction between the nature of our mind, Buddha, and sentient beings. Each one of us has that pure, untainted, innate Buddha nature.
By uniting all compassionate hearts, our society will be more peaceful and calm. The Buddha Day ceremony can really help us.
Rehearsals for the annual Buddha Day celebration are well underway across the country. Working together, volunteers embody the saying that unity is strength.
到目前为止啊，就已经是有250。
We have some 250 buses that will depart from our 18 locations. From the time we get on the bus till we arrive at the venue, the bus conductor will play a very crucial role.
整个过程都扮演着很重要的角色。
The bus conductor's role is to coordinate and supervise. To ensure the ceremony runs smoothly on the day, the volunteers assigned the task took a trip to the venue.
We are the master's hands, feet, and eyes, so we should execute this task with mindfulness.
用心的去承担。
It's a huge responsibility to shoulder. It's really stressful when you can't find someone. We once searched an entire sports stadium for one person. Later, someone told us that he had gone home already. We will remind them not to wander off on their own and that everybody should stay together. If they need to go somewhere, they need to tell us first.
Volunteers work tirelessly in preparation for the upcoming Buddha Day ceremony as they hope to garner blessings for the people of Malaysia.
In Malaysia, Seremban, the participants of Tzu Chi's parent and child class recently visited a senior home, bringing laughter and joy to an otherwise quiet atmosphere. The students also made and served the residents sandwiches. At the end of the day, the field trip left a deep impression on both the parents and children who visited. Affected by the children's energy, the seniors at the nursing home in Seremban can't help but stand up and join in the dance.
The residents here enjoy your visit very much, and they can feel your heart is in the right place. They enjoy interacting with you, as I can see the joy reflected on their faces.
To teach the students from Seremban's Tzu Chi parent and child class that fulfilling filial duties cannot wait, the teachers especially arranged for a visit to their nursing home.
We need to be more respectful to the elderly.
Through this activity, it's an opportunity for the children to learn compassion. This way, when they return home, they can interact in the same way with their grandparents.
Besides giving the senior residents a massage, students also serve food to the elderly. This action not only taught the students a lesson, but also the parents as well.
Normally, there aren't so many children visiting them, so seeing all the little kids, we heard a lot of laughter from the seniors.
This is something which we cannot learn from books. The physical interaction between the seniors has left me with a deep impression.
Thanks to the visit from Seremban's Tzu Chi parent and child class students, the seniors' hearts are left with warmth and laughter that will last for the days ahead. Life for颜淑燕and her blind mother was not always easy. Having to take care of her mother's daily needs, Yen often felt stressed and frustrated. It wasn't until Yen joined Tzu Chi and came across a Buddhist scripture which spoke of filial piety that she came to understand the unconditional love of parents. Now Yen and her mother are seen at Tzu Chi's recycling station each day, and the bond between the two has grown stronger than ever.
那有乖无？就拢照顾我。怎照顾你？佮我洗衫。
Taking care of her blind mother is颜淑燕's most routine daily chore, but also her most important duty. Concerned about the journalists' stomachs, Yen's mother, despite being blind, has a heart of gold. Because of her mother's illness, Yen once shut herself off from the rest of the world, and the relationship they shared was tense. It wasn't until Yen met Tzu Chi that she realized the meaning of life. I asked her, given that your mom can't see, how does she practice recycling? She said her mom has no problem. Sorting paper at the Tzu Chi Central Recycling Station, this is where Yen and her mother rekindled their relationship.
It will make her feel like she can contribute while practicing recycling, do good deeds, and help people. It will make her feel useful, and that will make her happy. My mom used to have a bad temper. Since I started sharing the master's teachings with her, she has become a lot more patient. She has changed a lot, and so have I.
Although she never expressed her feelings to her mother, Yen knows very well that fulfilling filial duties cannot wait.
Our parents gave us love and raised us. They went through hardship to provide for us, so I have to repay their grace.
Bravely facing the camera, on the eve of Mother's Day,颜淑燕hopes to use her own life story as an example to all children to cherish the grace of their parents.
At the end of the show, in observance of May as the month of filial piety, the Tainan Tzu Chi Elementary School held a celebration where students served tea to their parents and also washed their parents' feet. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.